statement. I think it's very valid. I mean, Barack Obama's not in the league with TR, who ended the Russian-Japanese War and got the Nobel Prize. Wilson ended World War I.
But he's catching up to Yasser Arafat, isn't he?
And don't forget
I'm being sarcastic. Some other people have won this. Henry Kissinger's got this, baby.
He's getting close to Lee Ducteau. You're exactly right.
Well, what do we make of this? Is this a premature award or what?
Sure.
I think it was a great award, but go ahead.
I think there's an element of ridiculousness to the award, quite frankly, but I know why the Nobel gave it to him. They want to stick it to George Bush. They want to tell Barack Obama, we like where you're going with engagement. We like your kind of American. We want to approve that. And I think they also get enormous publicity. Barack Obama comes to Oslo. He speaks. The whole world will listen to him.
It's a PR stunt.
And they've given it to a lot of some non-entities at times, and nobody pays attention
David Corn,
to them.
your thoughts?
They made it very clear in the statement. They said he's created a new international climate. He has. Now, Dick Cheney may not like that climate, but most people in the world do. And I think, you know, I'm becoming more multilateral, talking about nuclear disarmament, talking about engagement with Iran, doing something about climate change, even though I think it's not enough and he should go further. But by and large, he has, just by, as you say, the virtue of getting elected, he has changed the international climate, and he is holding these aspirations of people who never before looked to the United States.
When Gorbachev became chairman of the party and took over Russia, a lot of us in this country said, this guy, by his very fact of coming to office, has so changed Soviet history and communist history. I love the guy because he came in there and knocked up that whole history of Andropov and Stalin and all those bums. He comes in there as an open door. Isn't the statements he's made about torture, what his opposition to the Iraq War, his statements of approval of the rest of the world after Bush's chauvinism and cheap shots about French fries, after 8 years of that nonsense, doesn't the world have a right to say, thank God, America's back to being America again?
Well, look, first, this is not the world. Secondly, it's the Nobel Committee. Third, you're exactly right. They love the fact that he's completely antithetical to George W. Bush. But there's other things he's doing right now.
You didn't like Bush either.
Well, but look, there's other things he's doing now. He's deciding whether we ought to send 10,000 more troops into Afghanistan or 40 or 60, as McChrystal does. But clearly what this is the Nobel Prize Committee wants Obama to continue down the road that he laid out in his campaign on Iraq, on basically disarmament and all these other things.
So you think it was an attempt to control American foreign policy?
Well, I think it's an attempt to put a little bit of pressure on Obama and to say, you're a good student, David. You're a good student, keep it up.
I respect your opinion. Here's Limbaugh.